It's the Kitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. It's the Kitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. And we're coming to you live from CV Getty. It's the Kitty Gang Show.
Kitty Gang Show.
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 It's the Kitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. Well, hello, and welcome back to another Kitty Gang Show. Long awaited, much anticipated. We have Scott and Betsy Heron here with us today. Made the drive up, the grueling trek from distant Kingston? Yeah. Together, they make up Green Heron. Some of you are already familiar with them. I see Jimbo Bert's already out there, and Sue Messias, two of the biggest Green Heron fans.
Big fans.
I'm going to back this audio off a little bit more there, because once we all get to hollering and stomping and carrying on, probably going to overdrive. So, thanks for joining us today. Of course, Danny Woodman here to my right, Nick over there behind the producer's desk. A little bit different camera angle today, a little more spread out, trying to maintain some semblance of distancing. But we're going to make some good music, at least I hope so. I know they're going to. We'll see what the rest of us can throw together. I don't know if you can read my shirt from the distance you're at, but in honor of banjos in general, the Cigar Box Nation Banjo Building Contest going on. Myself, having built a banjo, finished it this week.
There's some buzzing going on.
Buzz. Is the camera mic on?
What about the AC?
Usually it doesn't cause a problem. Is it bad buzzing or
I
just
don't know.
like...
Several people have commented on it. So. Rusty Taylor says heavy buzz.
Heavy?
John Atkinson,
I'll try turning off the AC.
the modeling amp on.
Nope. No, everything's pretty much as it is. Give us a moment, folks. Technical considerations. Usually I'm the one doing the buzzing with my glass of whiskey. Try bringing the mic down. Huh?
I think I gave it to you guys.
It's a joke, son.
Don't feel bad. It takes me about 5 seconds to get through.
I don't know if it's any better. Hopefully. So we're going to charge happily forward. Seeing as how this... Huh?
Is the monitor up?
No. Everything is as it should be. Bring you down.
Mine's off.
Technology. I see it
Oh,
on
that
that
looks bad.
high level of...
That made it worse. What? Yeah.
Is there something unplugged? A cable?
Should be. Exactly the same as it's been for 2 weeks.
It's us.
What did we do?
Well, let's... Yeah, I think they're better with the light. It was the instrument.
What?
You moved that and everything went... So it was grounding out. Yeah.
We got it.
Oh!
The
Throw
Charlie Boyle guitar.
Haunted.
Get that out of
His
here.
spirit is feeding off the energy.
It's been sitting on a cape, maybe.
Yeah. Something. All right. So Bear with us for just a moment more. I'm going to turn some of these lights back on.
This is why we love live TV.
Oh, live television. Tis a joy and a wonder.
And turn the AC on.
Yeah, I tell you, it warms up in here quick. All right, welcome back to another Giddy Gang show. That was just a teaser. We're just seeing if you're paying attention. Thanks for letting us know about the buzz. It is now fixed. All right, very good. So, they've been good enough to come up and join us. Brought a couple of homemade instruments that Scott has built. Betsy is mostly going to be playing the Jim Morris cigar box fiddle that hasn't been seen on this stage for a while. I've had it at home since before the Rona started up. So it's getting a nice trot out and will be played better than it's been since it left Jim Morris's hands, I suspect. So why don't we do a song, seeing as how. You want to launch us off with Hobo Bill, Dan?
All right.
Why don't you hand me one of those?
You want that one?
Sure.
I'll take the banjo. Said D, D. Yeah.
D for Hobo.
Riding on an eastbound freight train, speeding through the night. Hobo Bill, the railroad bum, was fighting for his life. The sadness of his eyes revealed the torture in his soul. He raised a weak and weary hand to brush away the load. No warm lights flickered round him, no blankets there to fold. Nothing but the howling wind and the driving rain so cold. When he heard that whistle blowing in a creepy kind of way, the hobo seemed contented, he smiled there where he lay. Oh, 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 baby.
done it 100 times. Well, thanks for leading us in that, Dan.
Thank you for playing along.
Well, you know, nothing else to do. I want to just say, right now, my wonderful iPad here isn't showing us the actual comments, just who's tuning in. So I want to thank all of you for being out there. I can see a few names there. I see Gary Hansen and Patty Rice Foss. Maybe Tyler Foss being there with her, watching. Rusty Taylor out there. Marty Tauber, good to see you.
Did it occur to you that maybe no one wanted to comment?
That's not this. That's not our, that's not the Giddy Gangsters. Believe me, there are comments.
No, I think there's something going on in the comments because they've been messing.
Oh.
Hey, look, we're live. Turn your volume down, Baker. There's some
They coming
comments.
through? Oh, good.
Yeah. Had to get the non-Apple product on the game here.
Yeah.
So, Scott, you brought along a couple of things
I
there
did.
that
Yeah. Well,
handcrafted instrumental goodness.
I figure while we're here at CB Giddy headquarters, here's an old, well, Banjo, I guess. It's just an old bottle of.
Okay.
Well,
Extra
you know,
virgin olive oil.
round hereabouts, we generally refer to canjos as one-string little dingle-dingle things. Actually, did you bring in the?
Oh, I did.
I'll go grab it during a
Alright.
break. A one-string canjo. Yours
Well,
is a
I'm challenging
five-string.
your definition because can.
Exactly.
Banjo.
I
Banjo.
think the use of the word canjo that I have found historically referred to builds like that, not the one-string diatonically fretted, basically one-string dulcimers that we call canjos. So I think
Right.
you have the more historically accurate
Oh, wow.
canjo.
Well, anyway, I built it, and then I immediately regretted building it because I hated the sound, and so I just even just like touching it, I couldn't stand it. But it actually doesn't sound too bad right now.
I was gonna say I have heard worse.
It's because it's seasoned.
It's seasoned, so
This is a can from like 2018.
is it?
So that's a fairly recent
Oh yeah.
build. Nice.
Well,
Maybe
I suppose so. No,
2016.
it's been a couple years, but
Is that all the picking you want care to do on it?
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. No pressure.
I'll do a little quick ditty.
Yeah. Yeah, but I keep telling myself I gotta learn how to do claw hammer.
Oh, it's so easy.
And I know everybody says that. It's just like most things, it's a whole lot easier once you know how to do it and have done it for quite a few years. But that, you know, the fretless, we were talking about fretless Appalachian style banjos, combined with that claw hammer style, that is a
It's a
sound
sweet,
that
sweet
to me
sound.
just gives me chills every time, like right back into the hills. Have you ever seen the Foxfire books? Have you
No.
ever heard of Fox? There's
No.
a series of books that a lot of folks around here know about them because they were put out in the 70s, and it's all about mountain ways of life and how to do things, how to, you know, skin a hog and tan a muskrat hide and all that good stuff you need to know how to do. But in Foxfire 2, the second book of the series, they cover the making of Appalachian style banjos, which I should have reviewed before I launched into this without any idea of what the heck I was doing. But sometimes that's the way things happen. Do you want to show off the second one
I'll
now, or
show
are we
off
going to
it.
save that for later?
No,
Get it
it's-
all
that'd be
out
too
there, by God.
anticlimactic. But well, this is an old Vega tenor neck. I actually just ripped it off my tenor banjo.
I did want to check what the scale length is on it.
Oh yeah,
Real
please
quick,
do.
too.
So this is my dad's old spaghetti pot. So I just figured I'd steal it, drill some F-holes in there, cut them out, and then
Oh, you
Make
got,
a-
you
Thought
got
that
your
came
own
with the
slide.
F-holes.
I do have. Oh yeah.
Just
Please.
quickly measure to the 12th, and we got about 9 and.
And I'm not
We'll
saying
call
that's
it 9 3/4.
that's just where this bridge happened to go when I put it there. So
Oh.
I'm not saying that's where
Oh, I
things
see.
should be.
9
Stealing your design.
9 3/4. The bridge should be at 19 and a half. So you're close.
Okay, close enough.
Well, for the frets to intonate correctly,
Right.
you would want to move her
Well,
up a bit.
I got some work to do on the action then. So right now it's a slide guitar, but
Got her tuned to an open chord, sounds like.
kind of a G. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's just open G.
Yeah, it kind of
Little
has
twangy.
that resonator, that like steel guitar. I don't mean steel, not table steel, but you know, like those old National Reso
Oh, yeah.
steels.
Yeah.
Certainly puts out a lot better sound than that spaghetti pot was ever designed or intended to have. And that, of course, is the cool thing about making instruments out of things that were never meant to be instruments, is that often you're surprised by the sound they have. So enough talking. We had something else on the, what about the one you guys were gonna kind of lead there? The
Do the old
Mountain
the old
Dew.
good
Mountain
old
Dew, yeah.
bluegrass number.
Let's do it.
Let me just quickly tune up.
What is the third part of the verse? I'll sing quietly.
The mount,
And then let it refuse it or few. What's after that?
I'll hush up my mug
Oh yeah.
if you fill up my jug.
If you fill up my jug.
And there's a lot of good verses that I don't think I ever remember. There's one about perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Yeah.
Well, this one has been recorded by just about every bluegrass artist at some point
Oh,
or
yeah.
another. I think Ralph Stanley,
Oh, I'm sure he did it.
but I know he did. But I'm wondering if he kind of popularized it.
I think I heard Grandpa Jones do it.
Oh, Grandpa Jones.
Oh yeah. To
He
me,
had
that's
he had
the
a twang to him, didn't he?
that was the definitive version.
Mountain Dew.
This was G,
Good.
right?
All right. So we're gonna follow along with the professionals on this one.
You're building us up to
I'm
it.
not sounding very professional.
You need
What
to.
else there?
I like these fret markers.
I know.
What do I do on that one? X.
This is
Yeah.
X's. X marks the spot. That's where you want to be.
So Scott's playing the one-way ticket steamer trunk guitar. I'm playing the newly finished Wagon Wheel banjo. Betsy's playing the Jim Morris cigar box fiddle. And Danny's got his harmonica.
Who made that? Some guy named Homer?
Mr. Honer.
Honer.
I don't think Honer had a
He's
role
tough.
in that one.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to kick it?
Down the road here from me, there's no hollow tree where you lay down $1 or two. And you go round the bend and
shorty, sawed off and shorty measures 4 foot 2.
Oh, yeah, you do.
But it feels like a time when you give him a pint of that good old Mountain Dew.
Well, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. And I refuse that I do. I will shove my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. I will shove my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
Yeah, but that'll do. Well, all right then. I'd like to thank you all again for joining us. I saw Rob Robel's name flash by out there. Kim and Jim Morris on the road and enjoying the fiddle playing. The maker of that fine
That's sweet.
cigar
Oh,
box
excellent.
fiddle down there.
That's great.
Drew Fisher out there, Dana Reeder, and I saw Sarah out there, from whom I acquired the carriage wheels, one of which has become this little wagon wheel banjo right here. So glad you were able to tune in. I think some of her siblings might also be watching. You can read all of this on the builder's diary that I wrote for this instrument. Finished that yesterday, but Sarah has been holding on to these carriage wheels for most of her life, and she's of a certain age. You know, she's an septuagenarian, I think is what we could say. They belonged to her grandfather. As she recalls it, they were on the family carriage when he was a boy in Boscawen, New Hampshire, which isn't too far away from here. The family carriage had these wheels on it. She's been holding on to them and decided it was time for them to go, and had struggled with the idea of them just being buried in a flower bed somewhere and rotting away to nothing. And when I told her my intent was to make a musical instrument out of them, she was pretty happy to hear that. And I'm you know, like I was saying earlier, taking something and reforming it into a musical instrument. Of course, most of you out there know how special of a thing that is, especially when the thing you start with has a great story already. You know, the old steamer trunk, the wagon wheels, all of the amazing things that you all have built instruments out of as well. It's a pretty cool thing. Mike Kinsey said he never heard a carriage wheel sound so good. Well, I'm not sure I have either, to be honest, but thank you. So when I launched into this idea, this is a segue into the next song, folks. So watch for the thread here. Originally, I had set out looking for a wagon wheel. Carriage wheels, you know, it's only about 1 inch wide on that outer rim, and that, of course, presented some challenges in how the hell do you turn a 1 inch wide carriage wheel rim into a guitar. A lot of glue was one thing, a lot of clamping. But, you know, the wagon wheels, the draft wagons, the big heavy farm wagons have wider wheels and are heavier built. And if I happen to be able to find one of those someday, I might have another go at it. But the idea from the beginning was to build an instrument from a wagon wheel, call it the wagon wheel, play wagon wheel on it, dedicate it all to my good friend Shane Spiel.
He's on his way to a gig. He's not
Oh,
even listening.
oh, he'll know. He'll know. And I couldn't think of a better group of people with whom to sing the namesake song than the one that's up here right now. You know, if Darius Rucker walked in the door right now, I'd tell him to get the hell out. Don't need him.
Don't need him.
Never liked his
today.
version anyway. So we're going to have to go with Wagon Wheel, as promised. Danny on the harp, Scott on the guitar there, Betsy on the fiddle, me on this here.
Shall we?
I'm going to lead the first verse and you'll take
All
the
right.
second.
That's
And
okay.
we didn't get to the third. I don't know what the hell's happening
Let's
on the
find
third.
out
Do you
what-
want to take the third? No, she doesn't.
Danny, you want?
I'll do this.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
the third. Yeah, by God, we
Ah,
got
we'll
it.
do it. We'll
So
do it.
easy.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
light, staring up the road, praying to God to see headlights. Well, I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers and hoping for I could see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel it. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. And hey, mama, rock me. Running from the court up in New England, I was gonna be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I'll play the banjo. When I'm North Country, when it's me getting me, and I lost my money playing poker, so I had to work for me. And I ain't a turn back, living that whole life alone. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel it. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. And hey, mama, rock me. Walking to the south side of Roanoke, caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long tow. He's heading west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I gotta keep a move on, fit for the sun. Me and my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. And if I die right, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel it. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Give us one, man.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like a wind in the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. And hey, mama, rock me. Hey, mama, rock me.
Just kidding.
Oh.
All right. Well, whew, that felt good. Thank you for playing along. Hopefully you're playing and singing and humming along at home. We've got a couple of videos. Give us a little break and a breather here. There is a banjo building contest going on through Cigar Box Nation. You can find details on the Cigar Box Nation Facebook page, to which this broadcast is being streamed. So a couple of the submissions we've got have come in, and Shane's put together, the videos. That looks more like the Giddy Laley ad. There he is. All right, we'll be back in a moment after these short twangs, I guess. Hey, we're back. Well, I'd like to thank, who was that? Whose video was that? That was Trevor?
Trevor.
Aiken. So Trevor Aiken submitted that, and he describes it as a $25 slap-together cigar box banjo. Features nylon strings, a fretless poplar neck, a cigar box that he peeled the paper from and stained, and tuners and bridge from CB Giddy. Thank you, Trevor. We appreciate that. Originally, it also had a paint can lid for the head, but ended up switching out for a plastic pie packaging lid tacked. Should have taken a breath. Plastic pie packaging lid tacked around a ring of plywood and hit with a heat gun. It's held in by tension and sits on the square dowel. He burned in his fret markers with an ivy leaf pattern. Very nice. He says it's imperfect but very fun to play. Keeps it tuned down a step, but still plays standard G, sawmill, and double C tunes on it. Do you know what all of that
Oh
means?
yeah, that's banjo speak.
He knows what all of those fancy
Old-time
words
banjo
mean.
speak.
So, what is sawmill?
Sawmill tuning, it's...
so these are three different tunings.
Three different tunings, and so sawmill's between G and double C tuning. So it's just your B string is tuned up a half step.
Ah, all right. Well, good. He says it's great for sitting around a camp. It's nice to have people who know things on the show on occasion. Great for sitting around a campfire, and it's not as loud as his other banjos. And actually, Betsy, who has been here the whole time, I'd like the record to show. Betsy was saying about the Jim Morris fiddle. She likes it for a setting like this because it is quieter. With a conventional violin, there's not a lot of hiding. You know, you're out there all the time.
Yeah, it's a little screechy at times.
I didn't mean but it's like
Well, when
it's
she
like
plays it, it is. So.
to play.
You know, you don't want to wake up at 8 in the morning and play it if you have neighbors.
Right.
Yeah.
When I first picked up a fiddle, that little violin right there, you can't see it, but they can. Got it for like $80 on eBay. It is an object in the shape of a violin. We were living in an apartment, and I started playing that thing. My wife, we were on the 3rd floor of this apartment building. She said she was coming in the far end, ground floor, and heard me scratching away on that thing. Oh, those neighbors, they put up with some stuff. Let me tell you. So, Jimbo Burt, you still out there, boy?
Oh, Jimbo, you recognize this thing?
Betsy happened to pull something off the wall out there on the Giddy Wall of Fame. That is an aforementioned 1-string dulcimer-style banjo.
Did I give you a
You
pick?
need a pick? We got picks,
No, I
by
got a
God.
pick. I didn't really want to
Being
Ooh,
lazy.
use
this
a
pick has a competitor's website on it. We don't
Oh,
want
get that out of here. Not in this shop.
Not on my watch, people. So Jimbo Burt built this little cocoa tin banjo a while back and sent it up to us as a stage warming gift, I guess you could say. I should shut up and let her play a tune on it.
No, you shouldn't.
That's a
I don't know.
competitor's
I don't
cocoa,
know
though.
what I'm doing.
Don't
Huh?
show that
This
logo.
is a
That's a
competitor's
competitor's.
cocoa.
Yeah, careful.
Competitor to who?
Girardelli.
Are you guys in the
There's
cocoa
sweet
business?
instruments,
You guys don't produce your own cocoa?
No,
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 okay.
we
I
haven't
never
quite
mind.
got
You're
into the
safe.
cocoa yet, although
We used sawdust. I mean, it's not the
Ooh,
same.
oh, yeah.
this is a special day here at Giddy HQ for a number of reasons. The primary reason being our lovely guests. The second reason is that the brewery we've been talking about that's opening on the 1st floor of the mill is having their soft launch opening today. So as soon as we get done with this silly show, it'll be time to head downstairs and have a staff meeting, I think.
To have some Mountain Dew, huh?
That good old Mountain Dew. I don't think he's doing any distilling in the back quite yet. All right. What you holding there,
I just
Scott?
brought this thing in just to show Ben and company. This is what I learned today is a conventional guitar that I had
the
built.
the word real came up earlier, and it's like, no,
Not by me.
We don't say that word. We say convention.
But anyway,
But if you build it yourself, then it can't be truly conventional.
this does have a little bit of CB Giddy product in it, and I asked Ben to guess.
I failed.
And he failed. He
I
actually
guessed
looked.
like everything else before
Everything else.
it came around.
He looked
to.
at the frets and he said, "Oh, those aren't our frets."
Those aren't our frets. They're done too
And I
nicely.
said, "Those are your frets, Ben." So.
Oops.
Anyway,
Well, you'll have
that's
that.
it.
But that's a flat top.
It's a flat top F-hole. I just want to do something funky.
Hey, do you know Tennessee flat top box?
No.
I don't either. Did I?
I know of it.
In a little cabaret in the South Texas border town sat a boy and his guitar. And people come from all around and all the girls from there to Austin would hang around the cabaret and do-do-do-do-do-do. That's about as much of it as I know.
That's more than I know.
That was wrong key, too.
Keith, you're too kind.
What do you
Show
say?
is never silly.
This show is never silly. Thank you, Keith. That's what I thought, but you know, some of these other people. So it's very cool look. I like the look of it. Almost got like that jazz, like
Yeah.
arch top look,
Style.
but flat. Yeah, and that jazz style pickup.
Yep.
We should carry that style of pickup. All right, so. Originally, the plan was for half the show for us to be up here with them, and then the second half for them to be up here and do some of their own things. Well, that's all done right into the...
Crap.
Maybe that'll be the third half of the
Let's do the
third half of
yeah.
today's show. But before we get to that, we wanted to do a little Irish tune. I'm going to see if I can keep up with the fiddle player here.
You're leading it.
I know.
Hate to say
But
it.
even so, because this Wagon Wheel tenor banjo, I guess you could call it an Irish tenor. It's a short scale, 19-inch scale, which brings those frets in a little closer together. Because a lot of these Irish tunes require some pinky action,
Yeah.
which is not my forte. I ain't gonna lie. So these are a couple of reels. The first, both in the key of D. First one is the Silver Spear, and the second one is the Maid Behind the Bar. Gotta stretch. All right. First one goes like this here. Right on the edge there. Almost. That was about,
stayed afloat.
that was close to half as fast as she could have played. I was gonna say. All right. Well,
it's harder. Sometimes harder when you slow it down.
well,
'Cause
yeah.
the muscle memory is.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
My problem is I get all tensed up. I'm trying to hit those
yeah.
notes, and you gotta stay dinky 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 dink, just loose and free. And it's hard to do.
But then when you think about loosening up, it just makes you.
Yeah, I have that problem on when I'm practicing violin too. Like I'm clenching it, and I'm
Right.
holding the bow, and
Yeah.
I'm all. Anyway,
This is a funny little snippet here. Scott bought me a set of uilleann pipes for my birthday
Oh.
a few years ago.
just to keep you, why
Right.
not?
Well,
they're so easy.
I really want to learn how to play them, but the set that we have is very.
Literally the cheapest
It's
set
not
you can
a
get.
good set. So it's it's hard to
sounds
get
like
it in
it.
tune, and makes a lot of extraneous sounds that could partially be me. But
Squeaks and
All
squawks
sorts
and
of-
screeches.
also when I'm trying to
Flaps
play
in.
it, I am like focusing so hard that I always forget to breathe, even though ironically you don't need.
Right, because the
Your
Ilian,
breath to-
Ilian pipes are the Irish bagpipes, and they're filled by a
Right.
bellows worked with the elbow rather than blowing in like the Scottish pipes are.
So I always would say like I'd love to learn the Uilleann pipes because my lung capacity isn't that great. So like then I wouldn't have to blow into it, but I still.
She's
get
out of
so
breath by the end of the tune.
Fighting them, you're fighting them. Well, why don't you guys do a couple of things there, and me and
Do you wanna-
Danny will
We'll
just
do that.
kind
You
of.
wanna-
Sit there.
I'm gonna
You
steal
can
that.
join in
that's
if you
all
feel
right.
inspired.
Well, if you stumble upon one that we kind of know.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
All right,
see.
well,
Oh, I told you. They just trade them around. Jesus.
Oh, that's so fun.
Is it? Yeah.
And it's heavy, you know. You
I
know
like
you're
that.
holding a guitar when you. Well, both of those are heavy instruments.
They're
I don't build them light, people.
deceptively heavy.
Well, I always say, never build an instrument you can't fight your way out of a dark alley with. You know, should things turn sour.
I
You
also
don't
like
wanna
that
get
this
hit
one
with
has
it.
a handle. It's convenient.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the original handles from the trunk.
That's so cool.
But they didn't travel light,
No,
back then, you know.
well, they had other people heaving them around.
Ah, that's what
That
it was.
trunk weighed a solid 40 pounds, empty.
How big
Then they'd
was
fill
it?
it full of stuff.
Initially.
It was
Yeah,
3
big
feet, but it was a good one.
Yeah. Well, let's play a song. It was probably written around the same time this thing was built, but I would imagine.
Yes. Hey,
Just see if anyone.
Oh, can you see? Yeah.
Louis Lamana. Oh, I'm not on screen. That's all right. I don't need to be.
He's somewhere over
Focus
there.
in on them.
Ready?
All right, this one's called Ragged But Right. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Well, I come in and tell folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. I'm up and out again, and I get drunk every night. I eat a porterhouse steak 3 times a day for bowl. Smoother than any loafer in this world can afford. I got a big record player, keep me cool while I sleep. Bouncing in a girl, dancing round at my feet. I'll go rambling again, and I get drunk every night. I tell you folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. Well, I go everywhere. I don't pay no man. I can ride a freight train most any old way. I go from town to town and I'll ramble around. And I'm the ragged man around here. Now I come in and tell folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. I'm up and out again, and I stay out late at night. I eat a porterhouse steak 3 times a day for bowl. Smoother than any loafer in this world can afford. I got a big electric train, keep me cool while I sleep. Bouncing in a girl, dancing down at my feet. I'm rambling again, and I get drunk every night. I tell you folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. Well, I go everywhere. I don't pay no man. I can ride a freight train most any old way. I go from town to town and I ramble around. And I'm the ragged man around. Hey, you take it.
train.
You guys
did
have
that.
any, you have any train songs? that you
Yeah.
do?
Oh, absolutely.
Girl,
Let's do a train.
train
both-
that
You
carries
got two rail fans. sitting
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
Yes, we both got railroad hats.
Well, there is
We
that.
could do
you
Orange
know.
Blossom Special.
Oh, we could do that.
That's a
Let's
train
do
song.
let's do a
Orange
Jimmie
Blossom.
Rodgers song.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
The singing brakeman.
You want this?
I'll take that.
Well, you might.
Do you want to whack around
What
on
key
this?
do you do
Do
such
C?
things in? That's a fine
okay?
key.
Okay, good.
It's a fine key. You got a C hard key, don't you?
Nice.
It does.
This one's gonna be oh, what's a classic tune? What is that? What's the name of it? I'm not good with names.
All around the
Yeah, all
water
around.
Oh,
the-
yeah.
there.
Water
He's
tank,
got,
that's the one.
Yodeling, blue yodel number 9.
Well, you got it right the first time.
Okay, good.
That's what it's
Got
called.
it in
All
one.
around the-
Usually the lyrics come first and then the title comes back to me eventually. But anyway, here's the Jimmie Rodgers tune. All around the water tank, just waiting for a train. 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping in the rain. I walked up to the brakeman, gave him a line of talk. Said, if you got the money, boy, I'll see that you don't walk. I haven't got a nickel, not a penny do I own. Now if it all you railroad bum, he swang the boxcar door. You're late, now they put me off to Texas, a place I dearly love. Wide open spaces all around me, moon and the stars above. Nobody seems to want me or lend me a helping hand. I'm on my way from Frisco, headed back to Dixieland. Pocketbook is empty, my heart is full of pain. 1,000 miles away from home, waiting for the train. You're late, oh, plug around on that thing. Take it, Daddy. All around the water tank, waiting for the train. 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping out in the rain. I walked up to the brakeman, I gave him a line of talk. Said, if you got the money, boy, I'll see that you don't walk. I haven't got a nickel, not a penny to my name. 1,000 miles away from home, waiting for the train. You're late, Sweet.
Hard to find a better train song than one by Jimmie Rodgers. And you know, he recorded and released a lot of his best stuff in the later half of the 1920s. All that's coming around to public domain here
It is.
in
What are we
3 or
at?
4 years. We're up to 20.
1922, 20.
This
Yeah.
year will be 25.
I think
Wow.
Hobo Bill.
Last year was 24.
Hobo Bill, I think, was written in 29.
Coming right up.
They took a break from it for a while.
Long time.
Yeah.
Thanks Sonny Bono for that.
Yeah.
We're ready
Sonny
for some
Bono.
more songs, that's for sure.
Yeah, buddy. As a publisher of songbooks, I am too.
Ha!
Well, you got
What do we got? Where
you
you
got
up your
one of your
time
own?
here?
Ah,
Yeah,
well,
why don't you sing one of a...
One of our own?
Yeah, one of your own.
Do you want to do?
Hear you make the songs and
Yeah.
write the
Pair of
things.
shoes?
And they're not in the public domain yet,
No,
but
they're not.
let's do new pair of shoes.
You guys have like a Bandcamp or a SoundCloud or something?
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
have.
How do you find Green Herons?
We have a website. You can go to greenheronmusic.com. We're on the Facebook page. We're on all that stuff.
Bandcamp,
Nick
Spotify.
will pull them up and share the link here shortly. Mashing of the buttons.
Greenheronmusic.com.
And they do, some of you already know this because I've shared it to Cigar Box Nation several times. They do frequent live streams of their own here to the Facebooks.
We do. We were doing
Every
it once
Sunday?
a week. We
Still?
have. We do maybe once a month.
Once
We
a
don't know when we do them, but
It's always a pleasant surprise when they happen. But yeah, follow, you do them to your page, right?
to our page.
Yeah.
Yep, go to.
So if you follow the page and get notifications of live broadcasts from that page, like you do for Cigar Box Nation, surely you'll know about such things.
We'd love it if you'd follow our page or like our page.
Likes are gold. They're like Bitcoin.
Well, you know, having been chasing them for a long time now, yes. I'll leave it
Yeah.
there. You can spend a lot of time and money chasing likes.
You found a few.
Yeah.
I noticed, so that's good.
This is in G.
Hey, what a good
Okay,
key that
good.
is.
New pair of shoes.
Shoes.
You want to play the harp, Dan?
Okay.
It's up to you, but
Is it fast or slow?
Ah,
it's medium.
medium.
Okay.
And
I
I can at least claim to have heard it before.
Word of
Several
warning,
times.
fast beyond a certain point, I struggle.
No, it's not.
Oh,
bad.
yeah,
It's
no, it
not
should
bad.
be good. Alright.
Okay.
New pair of shoes.
I'll keep an eye on the levels here once you launch in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
sounds pretty.
It does.
Just trying to do a little decorative fill in there. Now, there's another one I believe you guys wrote about a town in Ohio.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Now, I haven't told you this before. My family comes from around Dayton, Ohio, which isn't all that far from Lima. And there was a bit of a locomotive
Lima Locomotive Works.
building facility
Oh,
there in
really?
Lima.
Yep.
So, and actually an granduncle of mine lived in Lima for a lot of years and worked, not there, but it's got a bit of a connection to that
Cool.
city, so I guess you call
funny.
it the city.
Ooh.
So,
My connection's just passing.
If you were to.
Oh, all right. I'm quite all right with it. This is in the key of E.
Oh, did you want
What a
us to
good key
play?
that is! Lord of mercy. E.
I know, that's what I said.
The folk key of E.
So you go up 4 and do.
I'm going up forward.
How
I'm doing
many-
a C chord.
How many funky chords we got?
Yeah, there's only
There's-
no, it's not too
No,
not too bad.
it's
There's
not.
one minor 6 in there, so that would be an A.
A minor, so
K chord A minor.
If I do it in D, it'd be a B minor. All right.
So
Actually, I'm just gonna see if I can. Hey,
it works.
that's pretty close. Capo in homemade instruments is sometimes a little fraught, but yeah, it's almost sounds like a thing.
Goes out to anybody from or parts thereabout near Lima, Ohio.
Rust Belt.
In a town such as this, in a lifetime away, dreams rest in darkness, that's where they often stay. Takes a young man with a broken heart and a lonely road track. Say, don't you bother wait, cause I'm never coming back. Oh, don't you bother wait, cause I'm never coming back. His feet not take to rambling, his hands upon the wheel. The old men in the factory, they just don't know how it feels. Wandering in heart of mine, but never takes a leap. The valleys, hills, horizons, that's where I wanna be. Oh, valleys, hills, horizons, that's where I wanna be. There's nowhere left to go in Lima, Ohio. Just pick up smaller drugs down the long empty road. Now a girl turned to wife, might have been her only plan. Always be kind and faithful to a lonely man. Till one day when his boots were gone and the love they once shared, she figured out the mess of life could often be unfair. She figured out the mess of life could often be unfair. There's nowhere left to go in Lima, Ohio. Just pick up small and drugs down along empty road. In a town such as this, and a lifetime away, folks don't seem to bother much to dream another way. When the working day's all over and the sky's lost its light, don't you ever wonder how the stars are burning bright? Oh, don't you ever wonder how the stars are burning bright? Oh, don't you ever wonder how the stars are burning?
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Well, we've filled an hour and more. I know, at least speaking for myself, could keep going for several more. But
Let's keep going.
people have places to go. There's a brewery opening downstairs, but
I see it.
maybe just a couple more, just
please.
to round out the day.
Could we do another tune?
Oh, tune.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. Like a jig?
What do you got?
Well, I want to see what Ben knows of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hornpipe. That's not a jig.
No,
I
hornpipe's
don't
a good.
think I know that.
Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't have to be a jig. I was just saying words.
That is Connachtman's Rambles. No.
Why don't you spout off?
Well, why don't you guys do Morrison's? And I'll just listen. Because I love that one and you do it so well. Or you.
Do you want to do Coolies and into that one?
Sure. All right. Yeah.
That's a real into a jig.
These
I
are
think that might
both
not be kosher.
E minor,
Okay.
I think.
Well,
Not sure any of the Irish things are kosher.
a
lot of salt.
A lot of salt, yeah. Actually, we just harvested our first potatoes today from our garden.
Oh,
Nice.
And I just decided to throw in there because we had all these old potatoes that were all growing eyes out of them. So I plopped them in the ground and now we got more
Now they're
potatoes.
Nice. Hey, we got a song about no more I'll dig for praties and no longer
Oh, yeah,
I'll
we
be
did.
bored.
That's
yeah.
Hershey Durkin.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we should do that too.
Let's do
Well, if
Alright.
you want to do the tunes there, that'd
We'll
be
do the
awesome.
tunes.
Okay.
Do
good.
okay.
She's gonna go full speed on this one.
Oh, medley?
Flawless. One more time. Didn't work out as I
It's tough to
envisioned.
change
4-4
the meter
to
like
3-4.
that.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
it's-
4-4 to
6-8,
6-8. Right on the boom. How hard could it be?
I remember when I was
It's
younger,
just
I used to,
deedle-deedle-deedle-deedle.
I was so sure that 6/8 and 3/4, you know, they're
It's the same.
fractions.
Yeah.
Right.
That
You
is
They
just
the
divide
reduce
1
it,
by
it's all the
2.
same, right?
Comes out to the same number, right?
Da 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 deedle dee deedle dee deedle dee deedle dee. It's all just numbers, right? What was one we said before that?
Merchant Durkin.
Durkin.
Oh yeah.
You want
Oh,
to lead
good.
it, Danny?
Yeah, sure.
What
Alright.
key? What key do you
How'd
do
the
it in?
third verse?
Let's
I haven't sung this.
In
It's
the days
amazing
that I
what you
was
forget in
born-
like what? How many months ago was
I
March,
think
you know?
it's. Oh yeah, we haven't.
It was like 5 years.
We haven't been to a
Yeah,
session
I know,
for like
man.
23 years
Yeah, really.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It is in the big book of
Ah, there
love
you
and
go.
goodness there.
Yes.
Just I
Do
think
you do it in the Irish key of D?
Yes.
the key of the people.
Mm-hmm. You want to grab
And how do you spell mercy? There it is. It starts with an M.
There's an M in there.
It's got a U.
What makes that sound?
silent G.
There's the verses. Goodbye to the girls at home. Are you headed far across the What do you want?
Oh, I wanted to.
You want this?
I suppose so. Sure.
Sure, why not? Jesus. We got plenty.
Yes, sorry. I'm just seeing how easy A is to play on this.
It's not too far of a reach.
In the days I went to Gorton, I was never tired resorting to the ale house or the tea house, or many house besides. I told my brother Seamus I'd go off to be real famous. Before I could return again, I'd roam the world wide. And it's goodbye, mercy, there is, or I'm sick and tired of work. No more riding for the 80s and no longer I'll take pull. And shine, my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging rabies, I'll be digging lumps of coal. I've courted girls in Blarney, Clonturkin in Killarney, in Passage and in Queenstown, that is the Hobo Bill. Goodbye to all these critters, sure I'm off to take me living. And the next time you hear from me will be a letter from New York. Yes, goodbye, Mercy Durkin, I'm sick and tired of work. No more I'll be rabies and no longer I'll be told. And sorry, my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging rabies, I'll be digging lumps of coal. Goodbye to all the girls at home and sailing far across the world, going to make me virgin and far America. There's gold and jewels and plenty for the poor and for the gentry, and I never will return again, and I never more will stay. And it's goodbye, Mercy Durkin, sure I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll be ladies and no longer I'll be cold. And sure as your name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging ladies, I'll be digging lumps of coal. Goodbye, Mercy Durkin, sure I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig for ladies and no longer I'll be cold. And sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging ladies, I'll be digging lumps of coal.
Oh.
I didn't need to even look at the chords for that one, because there's only this many of them.
Yep.
One of my favorite kinds of songs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, now we're 4:15, so we do need to wrap it down. Is there one more you could give us to go out on? You know, nothing
Oh,
heavy,
geez.
but
Some,
You
Just
want
to-
to do that?
just to cap the
humorous
day off.
duet?
yeah, man, yeah.
We don't have to.
I think we should do another sing-along. Can we do another?
How
of some
about
kind?
Tell Me Ma?
Oh, Jesus.
Let's
What key do you do that in?
Oh, probably the key of G.
That's
You know that one?
That's a fun.
Yep.
That key? Oh, start off like that. Who's singing? Can we
Not
swap?
me. I can sing the chorus. That's all I
All
remember.
right.
There's only 2 verses.
There's 2 verses. And
Well, there is. I
I
can
know
throw a
what-
third verse in, just for fun.
Can you throw a second verse in? Because I just know the
That's
first.
the wind and the rain.
Al-
Sure.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Is it in here?
yeah, but
it's in
that's
there.
cheating.
Throw either
Ah,
the second or the third verse in, but if you throw the third verse in, just make it the second verse.
let's not get too confusing. Do that little.
What I'm saying is we only know one verse.
All right.
Well, you do the first one, then we'll go from there.
All
Right?
What's the first one?
Ready? It's Tell me,
No.
Mom. Well, that's the chorus.
Well,
Albert Mooney
right.
says he loves her.
Yep.
He doesn't mean it.
Do that.
He
Do
never
that.
did.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys will leave the girls alone. Hold my hair, hold my comb, and that's alright when I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is courted 1, 2, 3, please would you tell me who is she?
Albert Mooney says he loves you all boys are fighting for. Knock on the door and ring the bell. Say hello, my true love, are you? Out to noses, fine as snow, rings on her fingertips, bells on the nose. Told everybody says she dies, and get low.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys will leave the girls alone. Hold my hair, hold my comb, and that's alright when I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is the courtman, 1, 2, 3, please would you tell me who is she? Let's get to the rain and the mail go high, and snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as an apple pie, and she'll get her own that by and by. When she gets a man of her own, won't tell them all when she comes home. Let the boys play the same will for tell when she does. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Hold my hair, stroll my comb, that's alright when I go home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is courted 1, 2, 3, please would you tell me where to go? Oh yeah. When I was young, I'd go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Hold my hair, stole my comb, and that's alright when I go home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is courted 1, 2, 3, please would you tell me who is she? I was young and had no sense, I bought a fiddle for 18 pence. The only song that I could play was Over the Hills and Far Away. Now I've learned a tune or two, I'll take that fiddle and play for you. Let the boys of Belfast sing, she's wearing Albert Mooney's ring. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys will leave the girls alone. Hold my hair, stole my comb, that's alright when I go home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is courted 1, 2, 3, please would you tell me who is she?
Woo! Well, that's a good one to end on. Whoa, it's not done, people. Whew, catch me breath. Well, thank you all again for joining us. Thank you so much, Scott and
Thank you
Betsy,
for having us.
for coming up. This can't be the last. It might be the first, but it can't be the last time.
It can't be the
I
last.
agree.
Whew. It's been a good time for me.
They're shouting for someone to play Louie's Name.
Louie!
Louie, Louie.
But you played the.
Well, I play it all the time, so it's on you, Scott.
Oh, I'd like. All right, I'm gonna play.
Let me get her. Turn on that little amp over there. It's a
Oh.
mic modeling amp.
Where are we? Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
can
little
see it.
the wee switch there on the side. I had it tuned up and then it fell over, and then it wasn't in tune anymore.
Are you gonna play a tune on that?
Maybe. What's a good thing to play? I don't know.
Something you know. That wasn't supposed to sound.
Wise words. That's
Well,
one of
last
my,
one
don't
I thought I
disagree
knew,
with
I
that.
didn't.
that's one of my favorite lines at the session. Play one, you know.
Not often words that people live by.
See that?
Well, there's that.
That's the problem with our live streams is somebody requests a song that we kind of know,
Well,
and it never goes that well.
Yeah.
if we
Yeah,
throw them
typical.
the first you know, like Tennessee Flat Top Box earlier,
Yeah,
I know enough to.
you just want to appease your
I
audience.
know, you wanna play what they wanna hear.
Well, that's one, you know, speaking of playing what the people want to hear, I know a lot of performers, a lot of open mic hosts, a lot of DJs have developed quite an antipathy towards the song Wagon Wheel over the years because it is requested so much. But I've always said, you know, there's something to be said for playing what people want to hear.
Right.
That's true.
And I happen to still love the song. I think it's a modern American anthem.
It's a great song.
Simple. That's close. There.
Sounds
great.
good.
Let's get
Close as I get 'em.
plugged in and synced up. Now you gotta watch this volume now.
You all
It's
right?
kind of in the face. Woo!
Whoop.
She hot!
Oh!
Alright, there you go. You're off.
Wow, what are we doing?
That's up to you.
But we're gonna fade out after about 5 minutes. Of
Oh,
this,
let's
so-
do that.
Oh, only 5
5
minutes
minutes
to fill.
is a little probably too long.
Just kidding.
Alright, well thanks again everyone. We do have to turn these two loose at some point. Got any gigs coming up?
We do on Sunday. We will be in Phillipston, Massachusetts, at the Red Apple Farm.
An outside gig?
They're all outdoors.
They're
for
all
now, yeah.
outdoors. Except for
Oh,
this
yeah.
one, but there's a window right there. But anyway, thanks
Thank
again.
you so much for having us.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll see you again next week, hopefully, for a show that's at least an eighth as good as this one has been. So we'll see you again.
Shouldn't be too
Oh, actually, don't do it yet, Nick. There's a Giddy Gang theme song that we play out on, and seeing as how y'all are here, I'll take that. You
Wanna
take
do
a
something else?
guitar of
Guitar?
some sort. It's basically just a basic boogie in G.
I know we've heard it before.
Oh,
yeah.
we're familiar
They're
with the Giddy Gang
They're
theme
familiar
song.
with the show. All right. I don't usually play it on a GDAE instrument,
Uh-oh.
but hey, what could go wrong? Everything.
Well, good luck.
Just hold the D there. We don't sit down.
Well, it's the Giddy Gang Show on Starbuck Station TV. Said the Giddy Gang Show
All right, now we're done.